we're gonna move on to best new artist.
Oh.
Let's find it. So we got Rouge Aftab, Jimmy Allen, Baby Keem, Veneers, Glass Animals, Japanese Breakfast, The Kid Leroy, Arlo Parks, and Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, it should be Olivia Rodrigo or Arlo Parks. But I definitely feel like if I had to choose between the two, Olivia Rodrigo, I feel like will win this because of just the year that she's had, man. And I feel like a couple of the tracks I've heard from her have actually been pretty decent. But Arlo Parks, I'm a big fan of her.
You like her album? Because that's the one that won the Mercury, innit? And I was kind of a bit disappointed about that.
Yeah, the album's actually it's very niche, yeah, but it's good. It's good. Like, I can understand why she won the Mercury Prize, and I can understand why she's nominated here. Like, she's a very talented artist.
Yeah.
So, you know, but obviously I have to take a lot of things into consideration, innit? And because of that, I'd probably say that Olivia Rodrigo, I feel like, deserves to win it. With Arlo Parks probably coming second, but obviously Arlo Parks is definitely somebody that people need to watch out for, man. She's very talented. Obviously Sweetie or Sweetie, whatever however you say her name.
Icy girl, fam. Icy
girl, you know what I'm saying? Icy.
You better put respect on your name, cuz you get me.
I feel like she does her thing, yeah, but yeah, man, I can't lie, I don't know. I'm surprised that she's on this. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I understand it from a commercial point of view because she's had a couple of big records. But bro, like, it's just all this ratchet music, innit? Like, it's nothing. Sway doesn't really do anything here. That's like something that's not been done before. Do you get it? She definitely follows that Megan Thee Stallion playbook, but I feel like she does it less well or less better than Megan does. Yeah, I remember Megan and Deep It, yeah. So I think she's like a Megan Thee Stallion light. Do you know what I mean? That's what
they're all the same carbon copy.
Yeah. She's just a lighter version of Megan Thee Stallion.
That's it, really.
Yeah, that's it, really. Like, she doesn't really bring anything new to the game or anything authentic or anything like, you know, of substance, you know, to this music thing. So I kind of understand why she's nominated, but in the same breath, I don't understand it. But then, I mean, if you got the likes of Baby Keem on here, like, Baby Keem just literally has been out, you know, for the past year, innit? Like,
yeah.
So if you put him in there, you definitely got to put Sway in there because she's been doing kind of a couple big things commercially for the last 2 years, innit?
Yeah.
So yeah, like but yeah, I'll definitely pick Olivia Rodrigo for this, and then probably my second choice would be Arlo Parks. And then obviously after that, it's up for grabs. I'm gonna be honest as well, I ain't heard of Glass Animal, Japanese Breakfast. I mean, what a name as well, Japanese Breakfast. Yeah,
it's an alternative rock band. I've heard some of it. I heard a little bit of their album.
Yeah. Maybe Kev, you've been able to see them in it, but yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna go with what I know and what I feel like should win, and I feel like it should be Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we're kind of doing this category because I'm looking at the list and I think I know at least 7 10 artists that have been nominated. And yeah, with Rouge Aftab, she released her Vulture album, and on the album, it's got at least one song that is in my favorite record list. So she's actually a quite good artist, but I think she's actually been longer than 1 year for sure. Don't know who Jimmy Allen is. Obviously, Baby Keem, and he released an album out this year. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Phineas, that's Billie Eilish, brother, and his production is amazing. He's done loads of stuff for Billie Eilish that I really like. But I think they're giving him this award because of his own stuff that he's done. And I haven't actually heard that. So I'm not necessarily sure. But for his Billie Eilish production, I will give him, you know, a thumbs up on that. Glass Animals, I haven't. Japanese Breakfast, not bad. I've heard some of their record as well. Didn't quite get into it. But again, I'm not mad about that. The Kid Leroy, if I'm saying that group name correctly, I haven't heard about them at all. Arlo Parks, I'm actually surprised that she got nominated. I can't lie, because I do agree with you. The artist is sort of talented. She is talented, but I mean, commercially, from what I know, the album didn't do very much I think even in the UK, I think there's one, it was a Sunlight Beam, that's the name of the record, I did quite well. I'm not sure what it did in America. So I'm quite surprised that she is in there. Could she become a bigger artist in the year's time? 100% I believe. I think she's got some of this weird like, direction in terms of her music where she can be a sort of Adele-esque, soul singer, but still be quite contemporary. So I can see her going there. Obviously, Olivia Rodrigo, she had a fantastic year, both singles and album with Sawa. And Saweetie, absolutely not. But if I had to pick, that is quite interesting. I think Olivia Rodrigo, why not? Oh, so Phineas, Olivia Rodrigo. Man, Arooj Aftab is not a new artist. I think between those two, maybe Arooj because of the quality of that record. I really love that song. I think those three really. But I think who's gonna win? I think Olivia Rodrigo's gonna win this. I think she has a big shot of winning this. I think she's
100%. Yeah, no, I think honestly, I feel like Olivia Rodrigo's got this in her bag, man, because she did well over in the States, innit? You know, her album was massive, and she had, I think, a couple of songs. I think one of her songs actually peaked to #1 on Billboard.
Yeah, I think that was Driver's License, innit? That was Driver's License.
Yeah, and I think she had a couple more in the top 10. So, not only did she do well domestically as in the US, she did well overseas as well. Like she did, I remember in the UK she had.
She went ham, bro. She went ham on the chart.
Yeah, she went ham. She had a #1 album and a #1 song simultaneously.
Yeah.
So So I definitely feel like, I feel like she's got this in the bag. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I'd be hugely surprised if she didn't win this award.
It would make more sense rather than Phineas, because Phineas obviously production style is amazing, but independent own stuff, I'm not quite sure. I haven't even heard of it, so I think she's gonna win it. I think this.
Yeah, and I feel like the Grammys will give it to the household name, innit? Do you know what I mean?
That's true as well. That is true. They do that
household name. Yeah, just like with Megan, because I think Megan won this award last year. She won Best New Artist.
She did. Who did she won it over? Someone that we thought was deserving.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. So I definitely feel that they'll follow that pattern and give it to Olivia, innit? Because she's had the best year, both commercially and
even critically as well. That album was done very well. Like
Yeah. So Olivia for the win.
That's a category we missed earlier, actually. Best rap song.
Oh, okay.
So I'll read out nominations. Got Bath Salts, which is DMX, Jay-Z, and Nas. Best Friend, Salty featuring Doja Cat. Family Ties, Jail, Kanye and Jay-Z. And My Life, J. Cole, 21 Savage.
I think.
Go on, sorry. Go because I'm trying to. Yeah, you can go on. I'm just reading.
Yeah. Well, see with this one, yeah.
I think I already got my pick still.
Yeah. I think I know what Kel's gonna pick still.
I would have picked.
He's gonna pick My Life, innit?
Yeah, for sure. Should I go? Can I go?
Yeah, go.
Yeah. I'll pick My Life. I think it's the best song for me on this album. I heard Bath Salt, and I think Bath Salt, the production was quite good, but I think I was not happy with the DMX part. It was a bit off there. Best Friend. Oh yeah, that's with the Suede and Doja Cat record. I mean, it was a single, but I don't. To be honest, it just came and went. Family Ties, of course, I think I like Kendrick's part, but the whole record was a little bit weird in a sense. Gel, no, I absolutely hated the album. That brought something go in the bin as well. Yeah, I think for me, it's not a strong, category in terms of the nomination. It could be better records nominated. If I have to pick out of those, it's definitely My Life for me.
Bruv, this category is abysmal.
Yeah.
Like they got the rap category so wrong this year, apart from probably best rap album, which was pretty decent. The nominations were decent still, even though I definitely would have put Vince Staples in that.
Oh yeah, sorry, how can we forget? Yeah, for sure. Sundown Town, Vince Staples, for sure.
Vince Staples, yeah. But the fact that Best Friend here from Saweetie is not, like, are you telling me that's one of the best rap songs of the year? Are you absolutely tapped? So I mean, this is why, best friend. It's not. No, it is. If anything, that song should have been in best melodic rap performance or something. You understand?
Oh yeah.
It should have been best rap song. Like, are you actually tapped?
Yeah.
Like, are you actually telling me that's one of the best rap songs of the year? Like a Grammys? Are you actually telling me that? Can you say that with a straight face? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, one of Vince Staples' records should have been on there. Even one of Tyler, the Creator's song should have been on there.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, and I can't lie, to be honest with you, the Grammys, they definitely, because I expected Drake to be nominated for a few of these, for a few of these rap nominations, but he's even nominated for, he's nominated for best rap album.
Best only album, that's it so far, yeah.
And then Way Too Sexy.
And the song, sorry, not album, sorry, only the song Way Too Sexy, but not the album.
Way Too Sexy, for best. Yeah. But I think this list is very, very underwhelming, and I mean, boy, I'm gonna just go with Family Ties, innit? This by default. Jail, hell no.
We going to jail now.
That song was absolute garbage. My Life, all right, that probably would be my second choice. And the Bath Salts record, that's all right, not too bad. But bro, this list is very underwhelming. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Family Ties.
Let's get into some of the stuff that might be missing from there that you think should be on there. So we'll split it into, let's go for, so first of all, just generally best album. What do you think should have been on there?
I personally feel like Vince Staples.
What we talked about on the phone.
Yeah. I feel like Vince Staples' album definitely should have been on here. You know, I feel like Vince Staples literally released his best project of his career with obviously the self-entitled albums, Vince Staples. So I definitely feel like this should have been given a look in. But again, I can understand from the Grammys point of view why it wasn't. Because that album wasn't even marketed like that. Like, it wasn't really pushed in it. You know, it's one of those ones where if you know type of thing. So it didn't have the big marketing push that a lot of these albums on this list had in it. So obviously maybe it just went under the radar. Maybe Vince didn't submit it. I don't know, innit? Maybe he just didn't submit it. Because I know some artists, they're against submitting to the Grammys, like Frank Ocean. And also I think The Weeknd said that he was never going to submit an album or a song again, but I think like one of his songs are on here. So.
Yeah, I saw it. I think he did in the end or something like that. I can't remember.
He did in the end. Yeah. I think obviously he was going to blacklist or boycott the Grammys, but it looks like he didn't keep his promise. But I just personally feel like Vince Staples definitely should have been on there. I feel like Little Sims, 100% Little Sims should have been on here. And I was having this conversation with Kevin, and obviously Kevin was making some good points in terms of like, you know, Little Sims is obviously a UK artist, and they don't really give UK albums a look in when it comes to decent.
Unless they sell 60k minus.
Yeah, unless they're Ed Sheeran or do a Lipa. But I just feel like Little Sims, not only did she have the best rap album of the year, she had one of the best albums of the year, period. In my opinion, it's the best album of the year, in my opinion. Whether or not it's a UK or US, you know what I'm saying, market, she had the best album of the year, period. And I feel like they need to start showing some love to you know, to the UK artists over here, because there are a lot of UK artists that are generally better than some US artists. Like, facts.
Especially this year, 100% agree.
This year, like the UK is really showing out this year, you know, it's been showing out for the past 2, 3, 4 years now. So I feel like the UK definitely needs to get some recognition, man, because to me, Little Sims for me is the biggest snub. But in a way, is it a snub because I didn't really expect the Grammys to, you know what I mean? To nominate.
Oh snap! No, I think I've got one for the R&B category, man. Like, I think we're gonna go to the R&B part, and I know who got snubbed for me anyway. I know.
No, this is just generally albums that you think got snubbed. So who do you think got snubbed from there?
Okay, in terms of albums, I agree with Henry here. I do think, obviously, Get Out Gets with Conflict of Interest should get nominated, but that's not gonna happen. Like, I mean, no way. And obviously, Promises with London Symphony Orchestra as well. The brilliant jazz saxophonist, his name is kind of gone out of my head as well. And of course, with Floating Points, should have get nominated, but it's not gonna happen. That's not gonna. I think if you sell a certain amount and if it's contemporary, then it qualifies it enough. And I think with Little Sims, she's definitely is fighting the popularity issue because her music generally doesn't chart in terms of, you know, singles alone. So I think that was never going to happen. But yeah, I do think they should have had them. But other than that, it's not so bad because at least those that got nominated also had great score with critics. I think that's the Lil Nas X and that is the Olivia Rodrigo. And I think maybe also even Billie Eilish if you put it in there as well. So that I'm not too mad at. I don't think it's necessarily that mad, but then there are some records that shouldn't be on there. So that's for the album of the year list, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And what were you saying about R&B?
Oh, R&B, yeah. Oh my God, Tinashe should get nominated, fam. I can't lie.
Oh, to be fair,
Tinashe Triple Three for album of the year. If that's not album, sorry, R&B album of the year, that should be nominated, or at least if they got an alternative category, which I don't think they should. I don't think they have. But for the R&B album of the year, it should get nominated. And I think also definitely some of the single, like Bouncing.
Definitely.
Bouncing is one of my favorites.
Bounce is hard.
Bouncing is incredible. That should get nominated for what's it called?
Pasadena as well.
Huh?
Pasadena as well.
Pasadena is a great record as well. That she should have got nominated. Without a shadow of that, she should have got nominated. Not exactly sure because she's gone independent and maybe she didn't submit it in or whatever's happened. But I think Tinashe has been let down by the Grammys this year. I think Tinashe is this year's Brandy. I think that's it.
Yeah, I definitely agreed. I feel like, you know, with the album, you know, I feel it was all right. Like, obviously, Kevin's a massive fan of it. I definitely understand why Kevin's a massive fan of it, but me personally, you know, I wasn't overly like, shit, this is
you only like certain records of it, didn't you?
Yeah, I only like certain records. Yeah. I 100% agree with Kevin that Bounce is one of the best records, that any artist has released this year. I
think it's a phenomenal song, man. Even as a pop song, that should get nominated as one of the best pop songs. That is an incredible record, man.
That record is phenomenal. So it definitely should have been in one of the R&B categories. Even Pasadena as well. Pasadena's a
great record as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad if that sort of was nominated for one of the R&B categories. But I think, you know what, Kev has just also brought up a good point.
Oh, yeah.
I think another record that got snubbed here that we haven't talked about in the R&B section or in the soul section, that wherever you want to put it, is Rider by, is it Mariba?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I can't lie, yo. Listen, yeah. I'm so sorry that the fact, bro. I feel like shame not mentioning it. That also was one of my favorite records this year as well, man. Like Rider is gorgeous. That 100% should have got nominated as well, man.
They were nominated, 100%. That got snubbed. Massive.
Big boy record, man. Big boy record.
Massively. So yeah, a couple snubs in the R&B lane, innit?
Can I also add? I think in terms of, because we mentioned obviously Vince Staples and Little Sims, and for me Gets as well. I think at least those three albums should get nominated for the best rap album at least, and also at least best rap performances. I think those three albums share probably the best rap performances, best rap songs, and best album out this year. Those three, for me, I think they should have been nominated on that point as well. But again, when you're going up against people, A, it's domestic, B, they sell like water. And then C, someone the general public liked it. It would have been a hard. It would have been very difficult for any of those three albums that are on our favorite list to have made those categories.
Apart from that, is there anything else that you generally think is
last one as well? I heard, like I told you earlier, I heard Cleo Soul's Mother, and I think that should be nominated for best soul, like best soul and best soul. It's a good album. I think I would have put that in the category.
Shout out to my girl Cleo Soul. Yeah, shout out to my girl Cleo Soul.
And the reason why, so sorry to even cut you off, but the reason why I even would add it is because it is great soul music. Like if you hear some of the records, this is top draw soul music. Well, at least some of the records. So yeah.
And this is not even her best project. Like remember, the best project is her first album. For me, one of the best. Like I've got it on vinyl. Like it's one of the best soul albums that's come out in the last 10 years, isn't it? Like for me, that album is the UK's equivalent of Solange's A Seat at the Table. I'm talking about her first album.
Yeah, I need to hear it.
Yeah, you definitely need to hear that, because obviously if you think that this one is good as well, it's one of my favorites of the year, as I was telling you, Kev. Yeah. But if you think that this one is good, check out her first album, which for me is her classic. You know, it's top tier soul music. But yeah, I definitely agree with Kevin, man. Like, this should have been there, but again, it's not really gonna be there, is it? I mean, it's not gonna be there, but it should be.
Yeah. Yeah, the only comment that I would make is that I hope in the future, pretty much like the way the Oscars are going, because Oscars, I think they're getting more pressure now to include even more international stuff. So hopefully they will make it a little bit more global, and hopefully we'll have more of the same prestige, because then it will allow artists that, I think, for me, this year, it's been mostly artists from the UK that have done the better albums. So it just would have been nice for, you know, the albums that we mentioned to get the top nomination and even to win, rather some of the mid-range American stuff that we've been served this year. So hopefully that's just more hope.
Yeah, that's just more hope. Yeah, I definitely feel like probably in the future, hopefully in the future, they'll disinclude more obviously albums from overseas, i.e. the UK. Because as I mentioned before, man, the UK are really stepping up their game. Yeah. And it will be a tragedy that some of these albums that are getting released don't get recognized in it, because obviously of country bias. Like I feel like the Grammys need to come out their show, man, and start recognizing these great albums that, you know, some of these countries, again, i.e. UK, have been releasing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, even Dave's album. I was gonna say even Dave's album is better than Donda and Certified Lover Boy.
100%.
You get me? And we haven't even included that in our best list as well. So
100% that, yeah, 100%.
That brings the end to pretty much our predictions and sort of run through. I think that's pretty obvious that both of you feel it's a pretty weak lineup all around, pretty much across most of the categories.
Yeah.
It's even weaker than last year. 100, even weaker than last year, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe the pandemic has something to do with it, innit? Do you know what I
mean? Yeah. Also, like you guys touched on as well.
Yeah.
It's not embracing a wider range of music, is it? It's sticking to tried and trusted.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hopefully next year, you know, my nigga Kendrick, you know, therefore, you know.
Hopefully Frank as well, man.
Frank as well. Maybe Solange might come out with something, you know, like hopefully next year will be a bit Miguel, like hopefully next year will be a lot better.
Miguel. I think Miguel next year for sure, because his EP came out with EP this year, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it came out with EP this year. So hopefully, you know, artists of that ilk, innit, you know, come through next year and just, yeah, man. You know what I mean?
Just come with the big clothes, fam.
Yeah, obviously the Pushers as well. Pushers gonna release Freddie Gibbs as well. He just released a track, Black Illuminati, which is a banger. You know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to that album. Like, bruv, hopefully next year, man, you know, can cleanse all of this deadwood. You know, over the last year, fam. You know what I mean? 100%.
For sure. Let's see. We've all got hope. Yeah, man.
Cool. I think with that, we're going to call it a day. We're going to come back with our personal top 10 of the year.
Oh yeah.
Some point in December. So keep an eye out for that, because there'll probably be a lot more variety. There'll be a lot more variety on that.
Facts.
All right, sweet. Again, it's been a pleasure.
Peace, man. Peace, people.